geese in their natural habitat. That's pretty neat. There are species that lives in a community. Species that live together, all in one natural habitat, like this pond. This pond is their habitat where they live, eat, babies.
Oh.
Hey! Litter like this is a limiting factor to most species. This also affects their ecosystem while increasing their death rate. The death rate is the period of time over how many animals die within a certain period of time. This litter, for example, if it got into their habitat or ecosystem, could very well increase their death rate. That's pretty neat.
Alright, well, this is Goldie, one of our 2 goldfish that has passed away.
She has passed on. She will forever be remembered as a great fish.
She was a great fish.
And that's pretty neat. As you can see, these fish, Jables and Goldie, have adaptations such as their gills and fins. Their gills help them breathe and their fins help them swim. These will help them survive and make their lives easier so they can escape from predators and just live their normal lives. Their scales also serve as camouflage sometimes, obviously not with these fish, but other breeds and species, and it will help them blend in with its surroundings and hide from its predators. Obviously not these because they're bright orange, but that's what makes them pretty neat. And it hides from its predators behind biotic factors like algae and moss. And these fish's habitat usually have pebbles at the bottom, so abiotic factors like pebbles at the bottom of their aquariums and tanks.
These fish live in a community as well. Every day, these fish go through the struggle to survive. This is known as competition. They struggle and compete with other fish for territory and food and the ladies, because they all like the ladies.
That's pretty neat.
These fish will eventually die. Oh, what?
Nice! Goldie's alive!
It's a miracle.
Goldie's
Never mind. But anyways,
we'll zoom out
these fish, such as Goldie, will eventually die and become part of the death rate. Or they could die from natural selection. What?
As Goldie has, but she's coming back. And she appears, yeah.
Maybe not.
That's natural selection right there for you kids.
Anyways.
That's not so neat.
They could be part of the natural selection and become another predator's meal. Raccoons and some birds love to eat these fish when they die. Of course, typically not this breed of fish because, they're not typically found in the wild. They're a pet. And that is a good example of natural selection. It is also a good example of symbiosis, because the raccoon benefits by the death rate of the fish by eating it. The raccoon is the predator and the fish is the prey. And that's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat.
Look at those fish.
It's very neat. These fish are the pioneer species of this bowl, meaning they were the first ones to inhabit it. And that's pretty neat for them. Their number one estimate would be me giving a good guess over how many fish would be in this bowl. So obviously, if I were to give an estimate, I'd say about 2. And sampling is to count how many fish are in the population. So 1, 2. Therefore, my estimate was correct at 2.
And that's pretty neat.
That's very neat. And, you know, this species does... I don't really see how they would use mimicry, but mimicry is like copying the coloration or something of another animal. So I guess if these fish were trying to mimic something using mimicry, probably be a really orange lion or something. And that's these fish have died from natural selection and now have become part of the death rate. This is their final circle of life, and they have reached it. Kason, will you do the honors?
That I will.
It's not a wedding.
Oh, whoops.
Don't put him in the drain.
Here we go. Jables and Goldie will forever be remembered.
They're gone.
Goodbye.